Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today it's a sad day for me, but I also want to make this a learning experience for everyone. So if you wanted to keep your snake, you want to preserve your snake, you might want to try this method. There are other methods. Today I'm going to be using the alcohol method as opposed to the formalin method. So the reason why is because I already had alcohol around my house. And the only thing that I actually had to go do was go to the store and pick up a syringe. Um, Today was Saturday, so not a lot of Walgreens pharmacies were open in my area, so I had to go find a CVS. CVS had one. Lady was nice enough. I told her why I needed a syringe. I guess they vent you. I don't know. I can make sure that you're not some kind of weird addict, whatever. But she was nice enough to give this to me for free, which is really cool. So, like I said, I had most of the stuff around my house. I got this jar. I had this jar already. Got this from the dollar store. It's pretty cool. It's glass. It is airtight, which is really cool. And normally I would just put like for example, this is my curly hair. This is the first time I did one of my first snakes. I say I'm still a little bothered with the passing of my baby python here, my baby green tree python. I'm sorry. But yeah, it happened this morning. But anyway, so my first tarantula was this curly hair, and when she passed away, I wanted to preserve her. It was a lot easier for the tarantula because all they do is put it in alcohol, and that was it. I didn't have to inject it or anything like that. But with the snakes, the insides can rot if you just put them in there with the alcohol. So that's why you should inject alcohol into it, because the alcohol won't absorb fast enough before the insides start rotting your snake. So um, let's go ahead and do this then. Like I said, so basically what you want to do is you'll want to insert alcohol about every half inch, 2 inches, right around there. Since this was a very small snake, I'm not gonna. I won't need to put a whole lot of alcohol in there. I don't need like fill it up like crazy or anything like that. So let's go ahead and get this set up here. Okay. Okay. So what I'm gonna, oops, yeah, I don't mess with needles often, so I'm gonna be extremely careful. All right, guys. So let me see if I can zoom in a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing here. And I was gonna move the camera, but I guess it's okay. Yeah, you guys don't see my face, right? Let me go ahead and put this right here so I can have all the space that I'll need. Let's see if I can switch it to that one. All right, there we go. All right, everything looks good. So I'm gonna start from the tail end and work my way up. She's all curled up. So sad, guys. But it happens, all right? So what you want to also do is make sure you don't have any air bubbles. So, squeeze. No air bubbles going into the snake. Go ahead and squirt a little bit. Get the air out. Okay. Now I see why they do that thing. Get the bubbles out. All right. I'm going to start with the rear end. Probably don't need to put as much as I just did in there. Okay. Just, more you put in there, it's not going to hurt. But you just want to make sure that you get enough so it doesn't, like I said, we don't want the insides rotting or anything like that. I got this spot over here. Oh, gotta be careful. Yeah. She was so thin, guys. I knew something was up. I wanted to feed her some. I was gonna. My last attempt. I was gonna say my last, but my latest attempt was gonna be feeding her a live mice since she wasn't taking in the frozen thawed. She did in the first two feedings. She ate it just fine, but for some reason she just all of a sudden just didn't want to eat anymore. So I tried all kinds of different tricks. I went online. I watched a bunch of different videos. Warm it up, obviously. Jiggle it in front of them. Rewarm it up with, by soaking it back into the hot water. And then also, if that doesn't work, use a hair dryer. Maybe, at least dry off the outside of it. And, and then this way it can get warmed up. But that didn't work either. And I did spend plenty of time doing it. So it's not like I did for like a couple of minutes and then I stopped. It was usually around a 15-minute ordeal. And then I knew that, I would pretty much stop after 15 minutes is when she would end up kind of like hiding her head, like she was scared. And she didn't want it anymore, she didn't want to go through that. So I didn't want to stress her out. So I stopped about 15 minutes. Then again, I would try to feed her again about 3 or 4 days later, sometimes 5 days. I didn't want to stress her out too much. But every time she would refuse. And the reason why I'm preserving her is because typically whenever I have the first of something and I like to preserve like that. That was my first, this is not my first snake, but this is my first green tree python. And I wanted to preserve it. Plus it's still very beautiful looking. Unfortunately, like I said, it lost a lot of weight. Yeah, you can see it balloon up. That's how thin she is. It's been a while since she was this size. She started thinning out over, and every single, you can tell every feeding she was just getting smaller and smaller and smaller. And she got weaker and weaker because last night, and she was on, instead of being on her perch, she was on the ground in her enclosure. And I knew something was up because that's indication typically something's not normal, something's not right going on with a snake if it's not on its perch like that. So I actually decided to try to like maybe handle it, kind of hold it, see how it responds. And normally she's very, very feisty. and she would usually snap at me, but she wouldn't even do that. And that's another thing too. With when I was trying to feed her or him, I still don't know if it was a male or female, and she would never I was gonna say. She stopped going after it. She stopped going. She stopped snapping at the food. She would just move away every single time. All right. So we're done with that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna place her into this right here. I didn't want to get something too big. I just wanted something that's enough where I can coil her in. All right. So we'll go in here, and then we're just gonna start rotating like this, like so, because that's just her natural direction of coiling. Bye bye, buddy. I'm gonna miss you. So cute. All right. And place her head in there nice and slowly. Show her some respect. Okay. That looks nice. There we go. See how thin she got, guys? All right, now the next thing to do is pour the alcohol inside here. Goodbye, buddy. Okay. And if anything, if you have to, you might want to change the alcohol. Like what I did with my curly hair here, I just had to change it about like twice. The first one, because it starts to yellow out a little bit, you know, feces starts to come out and everything like that from the tarantula. So I changed the alcohol in it about 2 months in, and then about a couple of months after that, and then she seems to be fine now. So here's my baby. I hope you guys learned something from this video, and hope you're able to take something away from it. So I hope you like this. So please hit the like, subscribe, and share button, guys. I'll talk to you guys next time. All right, bye.